Okay, so here's the bike. I'll just kind of do a walk around. Sorry for the light peering in through the window, so it's a little not the greatest. So this is the adventure bike, BMW. Cool looking bike. Rides pretty nice. Doesn't have a high top end, but it's fun all the same. 374 pounds wet, so it's a nice lightweight bike. And this is what it looks like. So the first thing, it has an upgraded exhaust, maybe a little louder than I like, but it does help with a little bit of horsepower. It's a single cylinder bike, so that helps a little bit. The other upgrade, which I quite like, is the lights. These LED lights here, one on each side. They have high and low beam, so they're pretty cool. They help. And the bark busters while we're up here. So they just protect your hands if you fall going through trees and whatnot. They'll protect the knuckles. So that's a good little upgrade. Here on the dash is the switch that was put in for those aftermarket lights, the high and low. And this is a jack for, he had a heated jacket. So I've ordered an adapter to USB so I can charge my phone. It's a standard European connection. And the other upgrade he did on this bike was the stainless steel cover for the radiator. And then the other upgrade was not stainless steel, it's aluminum, sorry. And aluminum skid plate. The other one's plastic, so kind of useless. So that's a good upgrade. So those are the upgrades that were done to the bike when I bought it. I had a little panty for bicycles, so I just threw it on here. Kind of zip tied it on for carry stuff if I want. And I do plan on carrying this on the front of the truck, so I'll do a video on the carrier that I bought. Haven't received it yet. Okay, so one of the biggest things I found with this bike was the pedal was so low, the brake pedal. The boot, put your boot on and you can see how you got to go so far forward, you know, way on my tiptoes. It just wasn't comfortable. So what I did was I just removed this. It's a rubber piece on the pedal there. So that helped. That got it down a little lower on my boot, but you can still see how there's level and how far you have to go to just touch the brake. It's ridiculous. I couldn't even hardly use the back brake. So I bought on Amazon this little piece, and it's fits perfect for the GS underneath, and then that screws on there. So the pedal it raises it up a little bit, and then also it is a little larger. Okay, so I just screwed it on. There's it's an Allen key, 2 screws. So I screwed it on, and you can see how much bigger it is, which I did find it was hard to get my foot on it, and it doesn't stick out past the foot peg. So I don't think it's gonna really catch up on anything. So I'll test that out, see how it works, but already I can see it's better. It's easier to get my foot on it because it's a larger pedal now, and it raises it up, maybe ½ inch. I'm sure that'll be better. But I wish there was, a way to have some other adjustment on here, but there isn't. So this is just an easy way to raise that pedal, which is kind of a common problem with these bikes from little bit of research I was doing. So that's on the brake pedal, so that's fixed. The other issue is the shifter. So on this, I find again it's too low. It helped taking the rubber pad off of there, and you can see how my boot, that's kind of level, and it's just hard to get your foot under. You can see it, like, look at that angle. That's just crazy. Anyway, it's an issue for me, but you can adjust this one. There's a few videos on YouTube you can watch. Basically, you loosen this lock nut, loosen this lock nut, and you can just screw it in or out. That will raise your pedal. So I'm just going to play around with it a bit so I can get it to the point where it feels comfortable. I can shift without any issue. So that was the only other thing that was an issue for me was the brake and the shifter. It wasn't bad when I test drove it with just some hiking boots, but when I got actual sort of adventure boots or more on the motocross side boots, it really changed how it felt and how I could operate things. And then on boots, since we're looking at them, I bought the Alpenstein Tech 7s. The Tech 5s, or no, Tech 3 seem to be pretty popular. But I opted for the Tech 7. I think they're just a little more, you know, the little higher quality. These are metal, the latches instead of all plastic, and quite happy with them. I'm size 9, they're size 9, and they fit like a glove. Yeah, they feel like slippers when I have them on, so really happy with them. And that's my quick review on the G310 and G310GS, I guess what they call it. But pretty awesome little bike. You know, not gonna break any speed records, but it's a fun bike to ride and good for zipping around. The tires that come on it from factory are, I guess, a 60-40 or 70-30, more smooth, but the guy I bought it from put the knobbies on it, which suits me better because I'm planning on riding more off-road or on trails than really on the road. It has 6,800 kilometers on it, and the back tire's getting pretty worn. It doesn't have, say, a whole lot of life left, but good enough for me for now, and we'll look at changing that out for something similar down the road. Okay guys, I just got back from a ride, and the brake pedal, whatever you call it, adapter, works great. With your foot riding on there, it kind of goes down at an angle. This is about perfect. I don't have to stretch my toe very far to engage the brake. The gear shifter, I'll just adjust the camera here, see if I can get it to show you what I'm doing. So for the shifter, I measured against here 10.5. I went up just almost 10.75. So I raised it 1/2 inch. So that's quite a bit, but it needs just a little bit more adjustment. So how to adjust it is you have to take this piece off. I'd already started it. Need an 8mm and what is that, 10? 8 and a 10 to loosen the lock nuts. There's a hole back, and then loosen it. This one goes opposite. You just loosen it off a little bit. Then I think I'm going to go up another 1/4 inch. Maybe not quite that much. Don't need a wrench. see. So that's 11 inches, 10.5. So I went up 3/4 of an inch. I think that's gonna do it. I'll have to take it for another test drive and see, but I'm sure that's gonna be, I think that'll be good. Okay, hope you find this helpful. If you got a bike and just doesn't feel comfortable and you need to get it set up so you can have an easy time riding and going through your gears and braking, all that stuff that you have to do. Yeah, hope you find this video helpful, and we'll see you on the next one.